Hey, so today's topic, mental sanctum, conscious space, or energy sanctuary. Ugh. Hands are sticky from freaking pine cones and whatnots. So, what is the energy sanctum? Glad you asked. So, the energy sanctum is quite literally a mental space that you always go to whenever meditating or working on energy. It can consist of literally anything. It could be a real place, a fake place, an anime place. It does not matter as long as you feel comfortable and will always want to go there. This does take a bit. It's definitely not gonna just be mastered on the day one, but you may get images, or most likely will get images and portions of what your sanctum and sanctuary / mental consciousness is. Conscious space, not mental consciousness. Jesus, Keith. Anyway, if you don't get it the first time, don't stress it. Just keep the parts that you do get and keep working on it. This is a permanent skill that you can learn and will have if you learn it. And it's also really good that you can enter this space or learn how to enter this space without always being in a meditative position. Because meditation, like I told you in a previous time, that meditation can happen whenever, standing, sleeping, sitting, laying, it doesn't matter. Let's get on to it, right? So, obviously, wow, this has some barb stuff. Anyway, ADHD moment. So, what do you need to do to finalize and make your energy sanctum? Well, simple as such. It's really just meditation and mental clarity. You want to have as much of a clear mind as you possibly can to bring up a new image. It may not always be like a giant terrain, like a forest, a waterfall. It could really just symbolize as just complete water. It's only water. It could just be a cabin. You could be inside of a room. It could be as small or as big as you wish. Shoot, it could be in the entire universe. Let's get on to how to actually make it. So you want to sit either like this or in lotus position with your feet on top, but you don't need to do so. I'm gonna sit like this because I prefer so. You can put your hands however, does not matter really. You could start doing some Naruto signs even if you want to. Close your eyes. In for 3, hold for 2, out for 5. Now, before we get to the energy sanctum technique, I want to first teach you another technique, which is the thunder splitting technique. I call it that. Yes, if you may have read other books, it is based off of other things. Now, the thunder splitting technique is not obviously actually splitting thunder. It's to focus your thoughts. Take a deep breath once more time. Make sure you breathe with your chest, not your belly. Straighten out your back as much as possible to align all your chakras. Get all your energy epicenters ready and focus. We'll get into the epicenters another time. Thunder splitting technique. You want to calm your mind and just visualize a completely dark slate in your head. Even if there's light peering through from, sunlight and everything else, just clear your mind and visualize all your thoughts just being energetic into a ball, turning into a ball, just floating right in front of you. Every single thought you have just crackling around this energetic ball you have in front of you in this dark slated area. Watch every current of energy flow around as you acknowledge every single thought that flies by. While having this focus on your thoughts, be aware of those thoughts and try to be aware of your awareness. Understand your thoughts are not you, yet you are the one that acknowledges the thoughts. Understand that your mind is now clear as every single thought is now in front of you, not within you. And then slowly just compress the energetic ball till it's nothing but a black slate. And then merely ask yourself, where is the place I want to relax at this very moment? Slowly watch that black slate turn into something new. For me, it's a bamboo forest with a nice balance symbol on the floor, having some water in the back, and the birds chirping, the grass rustling from the wind. With this visual image, imagine it has many senses as you can get engaged within this, like as if it's a dream. What do you see around you? What do you hear around you? What may you smell? What could you possibly taste? What do you feel on your body? Acknowledge every single part of this, and if there's a sense missing, that's what you need to work on for your sanctum. Now slowly come back to reality. Put your hands together and break. What is the benefit of the energetic sanctum? Well, like I stated prior, this is a place where you want to be calm, where you can be calm. It's an area that you go to for insight and clarity, and to talk with yourself, or to bring other higher beings to that said area. When talking to spirits and such, diving way further into that later, when you talk to spirits and such, you may fall into your energetic or conscious space to talk with them, because that is the place where you are most comfortable in. This is not a bad thing if it takes time to build, like I stated before, or if it's a small area, like a room or a cabin. There's nothing wrong with anything. With the thunder splitting technique, there is definitely things you can make out of it. It is a technique that I want you to work on because it allows you to have complete and total control over your thoughts, including negative ones. With this energetic visualization within your head of this deep dark space, it does actually allow you to see what are harmful energies and what are positive energies when you start filtering them, of course. Now, doing such allows you to do more with your body. Instead of overthinking so much, you can clear your mind to be one clear thing, while also getting the answer you are looking for. It is a place of insight, enlightenment, and merely serenity. That's the word. Mind always goes blank when I'm doing meditation. Energy work, I guess we'll focus on. So when it comes to the energy sanctum, how well does it work on the energy? A lot better, because the sanctum and the space itself is made out of your own mental energy, allowing you to cultivate it and basically get more in tune with it. It allows you to increase it further or make it more potent in this ethereal world. Ethereal, sounds so weird. There isn't much really to talk about on this topic other than finalizing your sanctum. This could also help with sleeping, because you can visualize this, and sometimes it could also help with lucid dreaming, because before falling asleep or doing the mild technique that I will get into in another video, doing so allows you to possibly fall into your conscious space while going to sleep, making you fall into a lucid dream, allowing you to do whatever, talking to archetypes, etc. Now, this won't happen all the time, as there is no concrete technique to get lucid dreams, but there is a visualization tip that you can do to get so. Move out the way, fly. Dang, pine cones poking my butt. What else? Really, when it comes to the conscious space, a lot can happen in the conscious space. Mental energy and the mental area is where physical and spiritual energy kind of meet and are able to be coordinated correctly. The spiritual energy allows you to bring some sort of potential to this reality. The mental energy allows you to think more clearly. It's like, okay, but how can I really do this? And then physical energy allows you to actually do so. When you're working in your mental energy, it's easier to bring those two together within the space to be able to do different things. Now, I'm not saying all of a sudden you start thinking, oh, you know, I think I understand how telekinesis works, and then start lifting everything. No, that's not how it works yet. But that doesn't mean you can't work on skills and different types of different types of techniques, etc. in the real world. This mental space as well kind of acts like a dream, as if the more you work on it, it will look more and more like a lucid dream. Working in the mental space like that, you actually are capable of doing things that are only possible, quote unquote only possible in a lucid dream while being awake. Like, example, in a lucid dream, you're actually able to work on your eyesight if you have near or far-sighted eyesight to make it, well, normal eyesight. You're able to work on that with your conscious space the more you work on it. If you quite literally get all your senses engaged in your sanctuary, there will be no difference between your sanctuary and dreams. Now, fair warning, doing so also makes lucid dreaming slightly more difficult, because it's like, okay, what is reality like, right? When you're dreaming, yeah, it's not your conscious space. It's kind of like, okay, is this just another space? Am I really asleep? Yada, 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 yada. It could make, when you get lucidity, keeping that lucidity more difficult. So do be wary about that. Of course, you may have to distinguish in your mind, okay, this is my conscious space, and okay, this is what happens in dreams, since there are two separate things. You're more aware. You are definitely more aware of the choices and things you say, speak, and do in your conscious space, and whoever you're talking to in the conscious space if you're talking to someone. But in a dream, you're more or less working on autopilot, while your brain, your consciousness, is kind of just backwashing, like back sitting, I guess. I don't know what that phrase analogy is called. Yeah, I don't think there's more to really talk about. Just keep working on it. Do the same exact thing that I was just doing. Just meditate and actually just ask your brain where you want to relax at. And the more you keep trying to get your senses more engaged by acknowledging what you smell, see, hear, or may feel, the more it will actually be concrete and be more comforting to be at. And you'll also be able to call upon this conscious space whenever, instead of just being in a meditative situation. Now, I gotta go. I love you. Sleep well, live blessed, and stay frosty.